Praise the Lord, Alleluia, Ave Maria. Today on the feast of the Assumption of Ma Mary, I want to glorify our most precious Mother through my personal testimony on two counts. Firstly, in 2016, we were anointed, Brother Joseph and myself, Gale, as the Mount Carmel Evangelists from September 2016 onwards as the humble Seraphs, servants, apostles, disciples and children of our Lord Jesus Christ and His Blessed Mother, the Immaculate Conception. So today, on this glorious feast, I wish to testify on two accounts. In 2018 onwards, I began to get some kind of pain on my feet, and this slowly progressed in 2019. I remember telling Mama Mary that as and when we have our retreats, spiritual retreats on Sundays, I wish that nobody could see that I have pain in my feet. And our most humble Mama, she always listens to my requests. And whenever we used to have our spiritual retreats, nobody could ever see the pain on my feet, neither did I have to have difficulty in walking or limping a bit. It would not show, and the pain was bearable. But as the years went by, the pain in my feet progressed. And now in January 2023 onwards, it went to another limit. And in February, when the Lenten season began, Brother Joseph was very ill. He came like very close to leaving us. And that is the time also, during the Lenten period, where the pain in my foot progressed to such an extent that I could not hide it anymore. Previously, in the past years, I never complained about the pain in my feet. Neither did Brother Joseph nor Arthur know about it. Neither did my Bluebell family know about it. But now, in 2023, as the Lenten period began, the pain progressed, and there was this Sunday when we conducted our service. And then Sunday night, in the middle of the night, as I woke up to use the washroom, I suddenly looked at my feet, and the left foot was swollen. So I was taken aback, but I said, the way it came, it should go by itself. And the next following morning, which was Monday morning, Brother Joseph wanted to venerate all our Saint Francis Xavier in Moldova, Saint Padre Josevas. We went to Antubam Holy Cross, and therefore the full Bluebell family, they all came along with us Monday morning, and I was in excruciating pain then. But anyhow, I managed to come back. When we reached Bluebell, then my Sister Carmel, she saw my foot and she said that, she exclaimed that, she said, your foot is swelling, and then she gently tried to massage it. And from that day onwards, I couldn't conceal or hide the pain anymore, because during Lenten period, his brother was suffering in his body, with body pains, aches, and he was also in excruciating pain, and his health was deteriorating. And at the same time, I was having excruciating pain in my feet, water feet, so much so that I had to take support of the furniture, hold the walls, and walk about in the home. And those 2 weeks we had to cancel our retreats because it was not possible, as the brother was ill. Not because of my foot, but because he was very ill. And he was breathless, and we had to run from hospital to hospital, doctor to doctor. And also I have a banyan toe on the left foot, and that also was creating a problem. So my left foot was more damaged than my right foot. But in my suffering, in my pain, I did not hold back in my responsibilities to serve Brother Joseph, Baba Arthur, our son, and to do all our ministry works and the daily works at home as well. And in the middle of the night also, when my brother was in one room and Arthur and myself were in the other bedroom, and he was very ill then, so in this Lenten period, and therefore like every time he would turn, I would hardly be sleeping at night, and I would be like hobbling midnight, or every time he would turn, I would be hobbling from one bedroom to the other to check on him to see if he's okay, to assist him to the washroom. I would be like holding him in one hand, and the other hand I would be taking the support of the wall. And there was this time when he was in the bed, and I said to Mama Mary, you put all his pain, all his suffering, everything you put on my legs, because they were already paining, and it was very bad. Besides the pain on the feet, both the feet, it was causing a problem to walk. Besides the pain on the feet, below the knees, and sometimes the knee below, there was like aches and pains, like the legs just paining and aching, like 24/7. And otherwise, it's just the foot. The foot is in pain, not an ache, but pain. And then when we took, brother had recovered to some extent, and then we took a short break to Dante, and that is a time when we were praying, all our family prays together. And Mama Mary showed me this beautiful vision of golden slippers, 2 golden slippers. And my sister Karen was by my side, so I told her that don't think that these golden slippers are like, for the healing of my feet, but it is for me to walk in a more spiritual way, more sanctification. Mama Mary gave me more sanctification in my apostolate. So I took it that way, because not once did I ask Mama Mary to take away the pain from my feet. In fact, I offered the pain for Brother Joseph, Arthur, myself, my Dubel family, all our ministry members, all the people coming for our services, the retreats, the congregation, and all those who have reverence for this Jesus and Mama Mary apostolate. But the very next day, Mama Mary did such a mighty miracle for me that she took off just like half of the pain, the excruciating pain just disappeared. Just like that. I did have pain on my feet, but it was not so bad. It was bearable. I could go through it. And ever since I told Mama Mary in 2019, let nobody see the pain on my feet when I'm at the retreat we are conducting our services. And ever since, she kept up to her word till this point, till today. Every time we would have a retreat, even though during the week I would have such bad pain in the feet, excruciating pain sometimes, unbearable. But when I would come up to the retreat, the prayer home, no, the pain would be bearable, so that I could walk. I could walk without allowing anyone to see the pain. So nobody was able to know that I'm having this kind of a pain in the feet. Pain in the feet. Another thing is that last 2 weeks the pain was so bad, so excruciating, that I was thinking on Saturday, how will I be able to stand? Because at least from 3 to 10 we have our service and we have to stand. So it is like around 7 hours standing. I was thinking, how will I be able to stand for so long? And it wouldn't look good to sit, because brother had to use a seat. He has to use a chair because of his body pain, unbearable pain. And I was thinking, and then I was saying, but I have to do it. And the one thing that got me going always is when the pain was bad, I would keep telling myself, all this is good for heaven. I would keep saying, all this is good for heaven. And it gave me the courage and the strength to go through this pain, which Mama Mary allowed me to go through to help for the spiritual conversion of sinners and for the salvation of poor souls all around the world. And so coming back to these last 2 weeks, I experienced such a great miracle. The pain had become so excruciating that on Saturday I was thinking, how am I going to stand throughout the service? I didn't know how it would happen. But on Sunday afternoon, when brother and myself took the internal steps to come up to the prayer hall, the first step I took, when my foot landed on the first step, I felt through my feet, although pain just come out of me. It's like half the pain just left me. And I felt this on two Sundays. The 2 weeks which I was going through very bad pain, the 2 Sundays, it just left me just like that. this is another miracle from the Mother of God. So when I came out to the prayer hall, that I could walk at ease. The pain was bearable and nobody had to see it. Now, when we went to Dante and we came back, and it was in the next week, like in the next week after we came back from Dante, and as I was sleeping at night, suddenly I felt my right foot being pulled. Always it was my left foot which was kind of damaged compared to the right foot, but I would have pain mostly in the left foot, and sometimes it would be both the feet, left and right. And this time, Simame gave me the golden slippers, and in this week, in the middle of the night, my right leg was just pulled, like a foot was pulled out from the ankle. It was such bad pain. I woke up from my sleep. It was the devil. And then I saw my foot was intact, so I went back to sleep. And then the next following week, again the same episode was repeated. In the middle of the night, again, the devil pulled my right foot. And I felt this great pain, and I woke up from my sleep. And this time, I was really angry with him. And I just said to the devil, I said, do what you want. You break my leg if you have to, but I will not leave my apostolate. And I told him, go to hell. And that was it. He never, ever touched my feet again. And I know that God allowed him these 2 times to pull my feet, because God wanted to test me, to test my fidelity, to test my loyalty. And I saw Jesus was happy with my response. But after that, I felt as if my right foot was a little like loose. Like when I would be walking, suddenly the foot would just turn. It would just like turn underneath. And after that, in this year, 2023, people have been touching my feet, kissing my feet. Many of them have received direct messages from the Mother of God, and therefore they have been touching and kissing my feet. And I too, on occasions, as and when Mama Mary tells me to, I have kissed the feet of our ministry members. Brother Joseph's feet I kiss every Sunday before the service. Our Bluebell children, this is all the grandchildren, I kiss all their feet on a Sunday before they leave Bluebell after the service. And I've also kissed the feet of the congregation, as and when Mama Mary has told me to. So it is a sign of humility. Me having the apostolate of the Mother of God, her spirit dwells mightily within me. And in her person, I kiss the feet of others in humility. Just like Mama Mary did. When she was a pilgrim here on earth, she would kiss the feet of the poor. She would kiss the hands of Saint Peter, kneel down before him in humility. Therefore, in the same way as in when she tells me to, I do it in humility. And people also, when they touch my feet or kiss my feet, it is in humility, because they believe and they know that the Spirit of the Mother of God dwells mightily within me. Now, last week I was just discussing with Mama Mary in my mind. I was telling her, during the laying of hands, many people will touch my feet or they will go down to the floor and kiss my feet. And there are other people who might not be doing it. And they might feel like this is some kind of a self-glory, or they might feel also the whole process of laying of the hands is delayed because of this touching of the feet. And then Mama Mary just told me 2 things. She said, they are kissing my feet. Give them the benefit. And this is the benefit. Ever since people have been touching or kissing my feet start begin to swell from the inner side, not under the sole, but the inner side of the feet, more on the left side as compared to the right foot. My feet, they begin to swell. They have begun to swell rather. And this has increased the pain. And the swelling is there 24/7. It does not go down. My sister Malin, she had brought for me some foot supports, like some kind of socks, but I was using it initially, but with the swelling, I cannot use it. No creams give any satisfaction or relief, and just the crepe bandage, but the minute I put the crepe bandage on, within 5 minutes it's just off the foot. So I just skip it. However, Mama Mary did give me one simple exercise which I do it sometimes because of lack of time. But it is not self-glory. It's not glory for us when people are touching and kissing our feet. The pain in the feet has all the more increased. And now it's progressed to such an extent that there's no more chance of me to hide this. And I've seen in my apostolate, I have received tormentation from the devil always on my foot or on my feet. There was this time in 2019, and we were preaching then at the Holy Rosary Hall of the Rosary Church in Florida. And it was a Saturday, and I was preparing my preaching. I was seated on the bed then, and suddenly I saw my left leg below the knee being twisted. It was turning on its own. It was the devil. And as the leg was turning, I began to feel the pain becoming more and more, excruciating pain. Immediately I called out to Mama Mary in my mind. I'm saying the Hail Marys, the Holy Marys, the Hail Holy Queen. I'm calling out to different titles of Mama Mary, and I can hardly pray properly because the pain is so much. And I can actually see my foot, not the foot, but the full leg below the knee being turned, twisted. And then Mama Mary, she said just 2 words to me. She said, offer, offer. Just 2 words, offer, offer. So she taught me that God allowed this tormentation, He allowed this pain and suffering for the good of the people. And immediately I offered it for everyone. I couldn't remember anybody in particular because the pain was so much. And then I felt as if the oxygen in my brain was becoming less, and I knew I was going to faint soon. Slowly I tried to drag myself out of the bed with my right leg. And when I looked in the mirror, I saw my face white and pale. And then, as I thought I was going to faint and lose consciousness, just then I felt like a hit and that oxygen level coming back to normal. I felt something coming back down. And then I actually saw my leg being turned back to its normal position. And I was totally relieved. And then to defy the devil, I was in the last 2 pages of my preaching then, to defy the devil, because he knew the power of the preaching. He came to torment me. I purposely went through those last few pages again, just to defy him, just to teach him a lesson. Ave Maria. Secondly, I would also like to give another testimony of how Mama Mary has given me a beautiful miracle. Like, normally we always say that the gifts and charisms are for the people, revelations are for the people. We can do nothing with the gifts and charisms that we have for ourselves. But there was this one Sunday in July 2023 when I gave a revelation that a person is having like boils, red boils and spots on the body. It shall disappear. And next day was Monday morning, and I was seated in the bed. Suddenly, Mama Mary, she told me, look at your legs. And indeed, my legs had a lot of red boils and spots. And there was not a single red boil or spot there. She showed me the revelation. Through that revelation, she healed me. This is the marvelous and great and precious grace that I received from Mama Mary. And till today now, where we are on the 15th of August, I am free of all these red spots and boils. Thirdly, my Mama Mary has always protected me from accidents. Like there was this one time in June. It had not started raining yet in June, in the beginning of June, and I had gone to pick up my son Arthur from school. And on the way back, like the road behind the church, you have to cross a small cross, which is St. Anthony's Cross, and it is a blind turn. As we reached the blind turn, suddenly there was a pitch darkness, like blackout, a total blackout. And then within a few seconds, as we crossed the turn, it became light again, the normal light which was prevailing in the afternoon. And then my son Arthur, he said, what did happen? What just happened? And this is what happened. As we go around the bend, on the opposite side, there was a pickup coming, and a big car was overtaking this pickup. So the car was on my side. He was on the wrong side. And we were all at maybe normal speed of 30 or 40. And the car was fast. And indeed the car was going to dash into me. But when I saw the car, I stopped so calmly without taking any start or without any reaction. This is because of the Spirit of Mama Mary which dwells mightily within me. Gently I stopped the car, my car, and the car which was on the opposite side, which was on the wrong side, he saw that the danger ahead, and he just waved his hand to the pickup, like, saying, what are you doing? But actually it was his fault, the driver of the car, because you're not supposed to overtake on turns, on bends. It was his car. But the miracle is this: the devil tried to make me meet with an accident because the power of darkness were used against us in order to make me meet with an accident. Okay, a sorcery was done for us to meet with an accident. So the devil, that's why we saw the blackout. But immediately Mama Mary took control, and in that light she saved me. It's me and Arthur and the car. We were totally saved. Ave Maria. And another time also, I would like to testify, we were on the Rubberphone Bridge in Arcade. And there it was a high traffic. It was peak time traffic on both the sides. Again, we were coming back from school. There was no place to overtake. There was traffic on both the sides. The bridge was narrow. And then suddenly there was a bike, and this young biker, and he was dark and black. Suddenly he just swayed in and out in front of my car. Again, I did not take a start. I was cool and calm. And that time I heard the voice of the Mother of God. She said to me, I told you, nothing will touch you. Ave Maria. And on the third time I want to testify recently. Every morning before going to drop Arthur to school, I go and kiss Mama Mary, Jesus, all our relics, images which are there on our altar. And as I went to kiss Mama Mary, Our Lady of Fatima, which is the Blessed Sacrament for us, which we use here during our spiritual retreats, as I went to kiss her, I saw this vision. And in this vision, I saw that the powers of darkness were used for me to meet with a massive accident as I just come out of our place, our residence in Bluebell. And with one kiss, Mama Mary she nullified this power of black magic. We went safely, we moved out safely from the property, and till now, though people have been used, so-called enemies of God, they know our whereabouts, so they always try to attack brother on his health. And for me, it's like to make me meet with accidents. But till now, nobody has ever been able to touch me on this count. And this is because of the protection and the mighty indwelling of the Spirit of Mama Mary, which is there within me. And so also, as I kiss Mama Mary with one kiss, the power of one kiss nullified this power of black magic. So also, when I kiss the feet of people, so many of them have experienced healings and deliverances from black magic just by one kiss, because it is not me. I'm kissing their feet in the person of the Mother of God. And so also, people who have touched or kissed my feet have testified that they have received a lot of graces after they have done it. And there was this one person who had come from Dubai. She had attended 2 services, and then she extended her stay because of our retreats. And on the 3rd Sunday, when she went down to the floor and she kissed my feet, as she kissed my feet, I saw her offering coconuts in a false place of worship. And Mama Mary dissolved, nullified that sin of hers just with one kiss, because she did it with reverence, not for me. She didn't kiss my feet, she kissed Mama Mary's feet through me. And I asked her, I asked her, did you go and offer coconuts in the false place of worship? And she said, yes. And I told her, Mama Mary has nullified this particular sin of yours. This is the power of the keys of the Mother of God. And therefore today, brothers and sisters, on the feast, the glorious feast of the Assumption of our beloved Mama, I want to hail her, glorify her, exalt her, adore her, worship her, and tell the world of this mighty deliverance and her mighty spirit, her power, which her spirit, which is so powerful here in the world today, which dwells within us, and that she does so much for us. And her heart is so full of grace. Her heart is so beautiful, so divine. Her heart is so filled with the Holy Spirit. And we should all wish and want to become like the heart of Mama Mary, a heart so gentle, so pure, so divine, and which is so loving and so caring. To this I praise you, our Father, Lord Jesus, Holy Spirit, Mama Mary. I worship you, I give you glory and honor. I thank you, precious Mama Mary, for choosing me to be your apostle, your seraph, your daughter, your child, your servant, your disciple. Ave Maria.